subscribers, friends. I just did quite a long live stream on the Facebook page, my Facebook page of Canadian Women for Freedom. So maybe somebody will come on here while I'm doing this, or maybe it'll just be after the fact. But so I wanted to talk to everybody, mostly the people that were in line at Pierre Poilievre's rallies, because a lot of you met me through there. You know, I had people on here before that, but in the last couple of weeks, it's been you guys and us. And it was really my pleasure and kind of my honor. Do you think, Nancy, that we got to that line and we got as close to the front? And actually, the last time we were actually in front of the line, and we got to meet you guys and meet the first guy in line. You know, first guy, Lance. Second guy, Kelly. Third guy, Marty. Fourth guy, I don't know, Colin. You know, all you guys. And it was really a pleasure to meet all of you and listen to little bits of your stories and what you were up to and why you were doing this, and just the fun that we were having and the real joy and hope and happiness that we all shared. It was fun. Nancy, wasn't it fun?
It was so fun.
It was so fun. And now we've got this sad news for us that we're at these rallies, and all of us that supported Pierre and the Conservative Party and all the candidates. It's sad and it's scary and it's disappointing and it's all of those things I'm sure we're all feeling today. So Nancy and I did end up, I did do a live, and did I do it on Facebook maybe? Anyway, no, I think I did on here at the devastating Boomer for Pierre. Hi, Boomer for Pierre. Boomer for Pierre says devastating. I don't know your real name. Hi again. Oh. Hi, Lynn. Oh, hi. Hi. Yeah, you know, we just had such fun over the last few weeks, and we were all feeling that real hope for whatever was affecting our own personal lives. Trudeau won. Yeah. Wow. You know, whatever was affecting our personal lives, you know, that we couldn't get a job, or we were broke and we couldn't pay the rent, we lost our homes, we lost our loved ones' lives. Like, freedom. And we shared all those stories together, and just like briefly, like in little bits and moments. And we all felt the hope that Pierre and his party were offering to Canada and to Canadians in really solid ways, emotional ways, but really solid ways. And the fact that the unions were endorsing him and the police associations were endorsing him gave us real solid hope. It wasn't just a politician saying, hey, this is what we think we'll do, and you know, but they were talking to leaders in our community. You're in an echo chamber. It is time to rejoin reality. Oh, okay. You're right. In an echo chamber. But you know what? I also have reality too. You know, I have a life, and I have friends and family. So whatever that comment, you know, of course. So I'm talking to the echo chamber. So he gave us, you know, a good solid hope, and with a grounding from reality, unions and police associations, people with jobs, nurses, doctors. So hey, Ireland is maybe a liberal. No, I'm from Ireland. No, Ireland. I can't do an Irish accent. Can you? No, can't do that. How come you're sitting on something? Like, how come I'm so low and you're so high? You're sitting on a cushion. So Ireland, no, Pierre Poilievre is a conservative, and but we had a Liberal Party government for the last many years. Okay, adios, amigo. See ya. As not you, Irish person. The other person over there is saying, "Oh, blah blah blah. You played on your fears, really, buddy." Anyway, I'm not getting into talking about, that. Yes. So thank you.
Does she know much about what's going on?
Yeah. So I know in Ireland, you guys are really fighting your own fight. I see that you're marching on the streets and trying to get you've had such a problem with mass immigration, as have we. Now our country is huge, so it doesn't show as much, although when you're in the big cities it does. But I have seen you guys out marching and trying to get your country back, your what do I say, your kind of nationalism back. And yeah, thank you. I'm trying to ignore him. I am ignoring him, but it pops up and I don't know who, I'm trying to read the chats. But BB, like, I don't know, like, you want to cause trouble, I don't care. So anyway, then so I've seen you guys marching and looking to get Ireland back, like your national, I don't know, my words are escaping me. So I don't know if I even said that. So we're on our way back from Ottawa. We were in Ottawa to be at the last rally, and then which was really nice, out on a farm with pretty lights and tractors and trucks, and it was really pretty. And then we stayed the night.
Yeah, we got late and I was feeling so tired.
Yeah, so we stayed for the watch party when the election results were coming in. And so we saw a few of our line-up friends. So we saw, oh, you're in Dublin. Oh, cool. I was in Dublin in 2015, actually. I was in Dublin very, very quickly, like a couple of days. And I saw Rebel News, Ezra Levant, so he's a Canadian. He went to Dublin to film the I guess, I don't know, protests, for lack of a better word, your stand for your country. And so we were watching that from his, and we could see stuff, so it was really nice to see. Hey Carrie, I appreciate all your hard work, ladies. Carrie from Starcat. And see, she's appreciating us, and she's giving all of that. Thanks Carrie. Where was I? So we stayed in Ottawa, we were at the watch party, and we ran in, we were in line, and Colin was there. So Colin, if you're on here, hi. And we love our Canadian brothers and sisters. Yeah, great. We love you guys too. I want all the nations to be, all the countries to be themselves. Not to say that you're going to have different nationalities, of course. But if I go to Ireland, I want Irish. If I go to France, I want French. So we were in line, and so Colin, if you're on here, hi. But we did see Colin, and Colin, for anybody who's been watching the lineup, Pierre Poilievre rally lineups, Colin was the one that wore the Protect Hunters. And so he was there, and then his friend, do you remember his friend's name?
Oh, I forget.
Sorry, friend, I don't remember your name. And he's from Niagara Falls. He was there. And Marty from Hamilton rally, he was there. That was really nice. Was there anybody else from the line? There was another guy, and I forget his name. But then, of course, the Ottawa crowd were there, the Wellington Street regulars. So we had, let me see if I can name who was there. Ruth, Sonia, Dee Dee, Carl, Brian, Johnny Rowe, Danny, Matthew,
Scarlet Grace,
she's not what Ottawa, but Chantel. Hey Scarlet Grace, I didn't say goodbye to you. Well, you didn't say goodbye to me, so we didn't say goodbye. you whenever. Yeah, that was a
Chad. Chad was
Chad. Chris Stacy was on media, and Right Blend was there doing his live stream.
the
Pleb, well, he's not well, he's regular, but the pleb was there, and what was that on the Ottawa crowd? So we were quite the crowd. If I've forgotten anybody, I apologize. Christine came
Oh
late
yeah, Christine came up
because
she was at the.
yeah, I can't really do it while I'm on the stream though.
Oh.
Like she just said, block B. There's a troll on here, BB. You know, and I can't block him while I'm on the stream. Not that I know of, anyway. Anyway, everybody just ignore BB, because BB's, I don't know, could be even not a real person. I don't know. Just being up that. Who cares? Whatever. Blocked. Because it's just irritating. You know, you're just saying silly stuff.
So there was a bunch of media there too.
There was tons of media. Tons and tons and tons. I'm in Ottawa. PP riding boats. Okay. Cast 83. Oh, okay. Sorry, I lost it. Okay, I am in Ottawa. Here, I'm going to turn this around so I can see the. Hang on, so I can read the chat. I'm in Ottawa. PP riding boats cast 83,756. 95,000 registered voters. The numbers are fishy. Oh, okay.
So it's Carlton.
So, yeah, where'd you get those numbers? Let's see if I can get rid of this guy. I can't. I don't think I can block him from here. Yeah, so where'd you get those numbers, Lily? Yeah, I can't block this guy while I'm on it. Oh, well. Whatever. So, yeah, that's... the numbers are all fishy. So, I don't know. So, but there was tons of media in the watch party, like just a room wrapped around. And they had their own little booths practically. I know.
But,
Yeah.
so, what I noticed, every time, you know, the Conservatives would get a count up, we would like, go, yeah, you know, and they would like go crazy and start taking pictures of all of us. Then afterwards, when the Liberals were getting up there, they were like getting real close to people and getting their facial expressions and like they're, you know, they're sad or whatever.
Yeah, they're scary.
And one guy was on the floor taking pictures
to get real close up and get an angle on a guy's, you know, whatever his emotion was. But you know, they're very manipulative. Very. And I did have a run-in with the guy. If anybody watched after the English or during the English debate, the leaders' debate, and there was the media room where it had a scuffle in there. I say scuffle, I don't mean physical, I just mean, you know, they were talking and there was a scuffle or whatever. And so there was a guy named Stu Benson. Hey Stu, if you're on here, talking about you, because he got my name last night. And he made this big, very mature fuss in the media room, calling out Rebel News. Oh, what, you know, really, I think he was just all hurt that his question didn't get asked at the French scrum, but the Rebel News guys got in. Like, what a baby. And they, you know, Rebel News hardly ever gets to be in anything political because they're kept out, even though they're a legitimate media company. Give me a break. So there's this Stu Benson from Hill Times who starts having a little hissy fit like he's a 3-year-old having a temper tantrum. And he starts flailing around, being really loud and disruptive. And they, you know, end result of all that was they canceled the media scrum. So we never got questions given to the leaders. You have to wonder why they would do such a thing. Well, I see this Stu Benson last night, and of course I'm not in a great mood because, you know, the whole thing, the results are coming in, and they're not good, and it looks very strange, like who's losing their riding, and oh my God, like this is nuts. So I see this guy Stu, and I go over to him and I say, I first say, "You're Stu Benson?" He says, "Yes, I am." And I say, "Well, what you did in that media room, that was disgusting." And blah, blah, blah kind of went on. And he acted like still like the 3-year-old that, wasn't going to be reprimanded. Like he was not going to take it. Oh, I can do whatever I want kind of attitude. And so, yeah, I wasn't thrilled with him. But at least, I don't know, I got my point across, I guess. Yeah, so really, anything else, Nancy? I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Thanks to everybody for being on my YouTube, being on Nancy's Facebook page, and meeting us and holding our spot in the line. The coffee people brought, just everything, and the flags, the friendliness, the hugs.
It was enjoyable. Like I had so much fun at the rallies.
It was really fun. And
the staff was great. Like the volunteers and the people that worked.
Oh, the volunteers. You guys were really nice.
Yes.
And when they could finally kind of relax a little bit at the last rally, we had a nice chat with them, and they were just, really,
to earth,
really nice, and we had a nice talk with them. And even the RCMP, they're starting to relax and realize, we're not going to do anything, and not just me and Nancy, but us, we're not going to do anything. We're well behaved. We have a real, love of Pierre and, love of country that we're offering out to him. And I think that the RCMP realize, they still have to do their job, of course, but they realize that that's what they're witnessing, that there's all these Canadians that are demonstrating their love of country. And so I think that made them actually really happy, because what have they been protecting? Trudeau and Carney, that, they've got their fans, but mostly it's people yelling at them. Certainly Trudeau over the last several years. So, and to those that shared their heartache with us, there is still hope. And I know Pierre was really offering a lot of people a hope in there, and now you might feel that's dashed and crashed. But I don't think Pierre's giving up. And he will continue to fight for you. And I think your fellow Canadians will fight for you. So, as Pierre says, and I don't like to get too, slogany, but, hold on. Hope is on its way. So that's what we have to do. We have to, I don't know what this is gonna take, what path this is gonna take, if those people that say are in power, they have positions of power, the unions, the police association, the people with money, and even the us, I'll say the us's that are, the boots on the ground, just people, citizens that are willing to stand in line for hours and hours and hours, are willing to stand for their country. We're still here. And we may be called on again. So rest up, everybody, including us, Nancy.
Yes.
Oh, God. I really, truly was hoping this would be over, at least, enough over that we could just really rest for a while and enjoy the ride, enjoy the wave. But that's not how it went. Now, for anybody who's in the area on Saturday, look, the sun's coming out, Nancy.
Yes.
Nice. On Saturday, Shelburne, Ontario, which is just north, well, about 2 hours north of Toronto, just north of Orangeville, anybody knows it. But they will be having their regular rally time, Saturday, 11 to 4. And this will be the post-election rally. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of this kind of talking amongst us. And, we've been holding that line since 2022. So over 3 years, every second Saturday. And there's quite a family there in southern Ontario, but certainly the North Toronto area. So if you're around anywhere close, please do come. It's Shelburne, Ontario. It's a tiny little town. This tiny. So you kind of can't miss it. I don't need to give you an address. It's right on Main Street. There's flags. You'll see people. It's right across from the town hall. So you can, it's 203 Main Street. So if you want to come, it'd be fun. Thanks for all the thumbs up, by the way. That helps. And yeah, Pleb, thanks for helping. Oh yeah, Travel Fun 69.
Yes, Travel Fun, yes.
I saw, I think you were at the...
Carlton.
At
Raleigh.
Carlton, but did you see him?
I believe I did.
I
I
don't
came
think
right
I
up
saw
towards the truck.
Did I see
Towards
him?
the end.
Oh, maybe I saw you and then I forgot. I think I'm at that.
I think it
But
was
thanks you guys. It was fun. It was fun hanging out with you guys, and thanks for just giving my channel a shout out and Nancy's Facebook a shout out. So we got some new members, and thanks for the donations. We got a couple of donations.
Yes.
That was nice. Oh yeah. A little bit of that donation. We went and had dinner after the
on Raleigh.
Oakville.
No.
Oakville. The first Oakville. And then, because then we went to, like, we just crossed over the border to Brampton. It was the first Oakville. I do know that.
Okay.
And then we went to dinner at this Indian restaurant. A few of us, the Pleb, and a couple other people. Oh, hey, Karima and Lee. Them too. And yeah, we were sitting having dinner, and a few went outside, and the Uber Eats driver comes out and says, "Hey," like he's looking around. Do you see a blue car? Like his car got stolen right there.
Yeah.
Uber Eats car gone. So we were telling Ron Chinsler's wife actually this story, and then she proceeded to tell us a whole bunch of even really terrible stories about carjacking, and one was at gunpoint. Okay, this is really nuts. This is the Canada that we are living in.
Expect more of that now.
Yeah, I think we probably will be having to expect more. If the Liberals are going to keep doing what they're doing, that's what we're going to get. Because there's no punishment really.
No.
They just get away with it.
Catch and release.
Catch and release. And what you were saying the other day was they get the juveniles, like the younger people, to do the deed, because then they're just, the juvenile, they don't get they got a juvenile record, but they're not really getting a record, and they're not getting adult punishment or whatever. So they get those kids to do it, and then everybody gets the money, and I don't know, crime pays for them. So where are we? We are getting close to home. We're getting close. We must be near Whitby or Ajax or something.
Pickering.
Oh my gosh, look at that. All right, so we're near Pickering. When we were coming back and going to Ottawa, one of the two of the bridges had people on the bridges with blue boat signs. Look at the Liberals, man. There's no way. Well, you know what? There's a lot of nuts out there. I don't know, and I think there was some, maybe, possibly, probably, cheating. Yes. So, I think that's it, Nancy. Yeah. Let's say goodbye to our friends in the lineup.
Freedom, everyone.
Freedom. And we'll see you wherever and whenever.